It's been 1 year since my wife and I decided to launch a beverage brand. Here's where we're at so far. We started with all the legal and business admin stuff, setting up the corporate entity and bank accounts, applying for trademarks, and setting aside a bit of money that we had saved up. We already had a rough idea for the name, the branding, and the type of beverage that we wanted to create. We saw a gap in the market, especially in Canada, and got to work on the formulations. What we didn't know is that we'd end up changing our branding completely, redoing our logo, and switching formulators. Choosing the wrong formulator was a costly mistake, but in business, nobody gets the decisions 100% right, especially when you've never done it before. So we got to work with the new formulator and began developing 4 flavors. We went back and forth until it was just right and decided to go to market with our best 3 flavors. There were so many flavors to choose from, and it was really hard to narrow it down, but we ran several in-person focus groups so that we could get real-world data. Based on what we liked and what everybody else liked, we ended up going with strawberry watermelon, peach mango, and apple. These flavors are so good and we can't wait for you to try them. So we got our samples locked in. It was time to find a co-manufacturer. This is the company that produces the beverages. And believe me, finding a co-manufacturer is not easy. But after several months of going back and forth, they ended up ghosting us, which I understand is quite common, but it was another major setback that we weren't prepared for. It was also at that point that we had a moment of clarity. Unfortunately, the old branding had to go. We had originally gone with an earthy, adventure, outdoorsy vibe, but we felt that might be a little too narrow of a market. Fortunately, my background is in marketing, branding, and design, so I did all the rebrand work myself, from the logo, packaging, website, and of course the social media. We're trying to build a brand on a budget, so the social media really helps with that. Our goal is to educate and inspire future entrepreneurs, but we also need to build brand awareness for our brand. So we wanted to share our journey, bring you behind the scenes of what it's like to build a brand from scratch. After a year of relentless posting, major setbacks, being ghosted more times than we can count, we are now a few months away from launch. We're so looking forward to seeing Ever on store shelves across Canada. Taking this idea from concept to completion has been really fulfilling. We hope you continue to follow our journey and support the brand when it hits store shelves, which is hopefully very soon.